Man, welcome back to the Fake Stuff Podcast, man. We are back at it again. Talking football, talking fake football, talking real football, talking money. I love talking money. Crab man, what's going on, big dog?
Nothing. Ready to get into these divisions again. As you were saying, we're talking a little bit of money. Are you ready to hit some prize picks like super early this year and go ahead and get stacked up?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well drop a gambling episode with some season props at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm definitely going to drop a few of them in there. I'll throw some money on some of this stuff we talking about, overs and unders on some wins and losses and stuff like that. So you might have to drop that gambling episode a little early this year. You know what I mean?
We might have to. You know they're gonna have. I know last year they had free square, motherfucker, for like 4 weeks. 4 weeks straight at the start of the year. I already got my game plan. I'm putting bigger money, but I'm only going to do a 2-leg. So it's only going to be all I need is one. All I need is one.
Hey,
And I already got players that I'm thinking about. CMC early in the year, we're going up. We're going up.
shit, I couldn't agree with you more on the 2 legs. So, we might just start dropping 2-leg parlays for everybody out there all the time. Can't get a 2 legs because I ain't ever hitting no 3 and 4 legs like that. So,
Hey man, that free square I have you messed up. You're like, oh man, I can hit a 6-leg with a free square a lot easier.
shit, even when I do bet like UFC and stuff, like I'm always 2 legs as far as I'll go. Like I'll never go any further, man, because somebody's always gonna fuck that shit up. But yeah, go ahead, Crab.
I was just gonna say you got to think like you start off with just say $50 in there or something. You hit a 2-legger, and 1 out of 2 bets. You know you can kind of build your money up for the first 4 weeks, and then you go for the 4-leggers, 5-leggers,
Right.
whatever. Because you're playing with house money after the first 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, man. Just a little gambling strategy. Me and Crab man, we're gonna be getting into it. We're gonna be dropping gambling every week this year. I'm sure we did it every week last year, or at least most weeks. We may have missed a week, but I don't remember that week. We was dropping something every week, getting our bets in, and we had about 4 or 5 guys throwing bets out there. So matching it up, trying to make that money, because really that's what we like to do here. We play that fake stuff and we talk real football, but really we're trying to win money at the end of the day. And we try to help each other out. That's why we be pointing out the free square motherfuckers and trying to cash them things out. Tonight though, real football division breakdowns. These are really, like I said last division breakdown, these are really my favorite episodes to do. Like I like to talk to real football. I like to get the gambling in, the fantasy implications of it all. And me and Crabman are really gonna dive right in. But am I missing anything before we get to rolling?
No, I think we're good. I'm with you on these episodes because you kind of get to hit on everything. You don't really miss any players that when we're going through ADPs and stuff. Like we're gonna pretty much talk about every player through these 4 episodes we're doing. So yeah, I like these.
I guess real quick, don't be a hoe and share the show. And Crapman would say, like it, subscribe.
I told you that's a hard word to say, man.
But yeah, man, ain't nothing to it but to do it. But we gonna dive right in because we doing East. Went north last episode. We're going East this time. AFC East, Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets. I guess we'll just start off from the top, man. Buffalo Bills, always going for it all. It's Super Bowl or bust for a team like the Buffalo Bills. Their wins-loss total is at 11.5. They're minus 270 favorites, and I think they'll probably win the division again. But I would say this: the division looks like it could be a little bit better than it has the past few years. With it looks like the Patriots going to be trying to make a. I mean, people are pretty optimistic on the Patriots, and the Dolphins are the Dolphins or whatnot. But so I don't know. Maybe the division is a little bit tougher. But Josh Allen going as your number 1 quarterback in like the second or third round.
Yeah,
I always say stay away from it, but go get Josh Allen if you want him. I guess the only thing with Josh Allen is he really just ain't. He just thrown it to a hodgepodge little group of wide receivers out there, and I know he's got Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir had a solid year last year. But what you think, Kraft man? What about the Buffalo Bills?
I mean, you kind of summed it up a little bit. Like, there's for a team that had the MVP on it last year, and for a quarterback to be an MVP and not have a fantasy relevant wide receiver like in the top 24, I don't really feel like that happens all that often. And the runner up for the MVP was Lamar Jackson, and he didn't have a solid receiver either. So, sometimes that's just a recipe for making it work, is just spread the ball around and let Josh Allen kind of put in work and the running game and get the running game going. So, as far as like, you got these great teams, great offenses, like we talked about Detroit in the last episode. For a team like the Bills with 11.5, you would think you would want a lot of their players, but there really is not one guy other than Josh Allen you're taking in the first two rounds. James Cook be the first one off the board going in like the late third, early fourth round, around guys like Breece Hall. So,
Yeah,
I want to know what you think about James Cook, because he's dealing with a contract right now. Kyron just got paid. We didn't talk about that, but I mentioned Kyron because 3 years, $33 million. I feel like James Cook might have been pissed off at that because he was wanting more, but James Cook is not. If you go production wise, Kyron Williams has been more productive. So I don't think he's getting more than Kyron.
No, man, no way you can't. And as far as fantasy goes, I believe last year James Cook had 16 touchdowns, 16 or 19, something like that. So he had a lot of touchdowns. I feel like fantasy football wise, it seems like he might not have as high as a finish as he did last year. That would be my guess. Touchdown regression. But as far as real football goes, I don't think he gets paid. I'm just being honest. I know he's just started holding out or holding in like recently, because I think he was at practice for a little while and now has decided to hold out. So, and me personally, I just don't think the Bills are going to, I don't know. I feel like they're not going to pay him. It feels way different, like with Kyron, who just got paid. It was like, dude, you're going to pay Kyron. I mean, I felt like the Rams were going to pay, and it really wasn't even. If you get on them Twitter streets or whatever, like for some reason every year everybody hates Kyron for some reason. I don't know why. They always want to fade him, and they'll fade him back-to-back years too. Like, oh, I was a year early on the Kyron Williams fade, and it's just like you're not fading that motherfucker. Like,
I can't tell you how many Dynasty podcasts I listened to where last year they were saying sell Kyron, Kyron.
So as far as James Cook goes, Dynasty wise, I would try to sell him. He's tough though. I mean, he's going into the fourth round? Is that right, Kraft man?
Yeah, going around, like late third. But the weird thing with Cook is, like you said last year, he had 18 touchdowns last year. He was the RB8. The year before, he had 6 touchdowns. He was the RB12. He was second, not last year, but the year before, he was second in the league, only behind Christian McCaffrey in all-purpose yards. So there got to be some kind of in-between. I mean, the carries, he sits around 200 to 250, somewhere between there. So, I mean, I feel like he could still be productive even without all the touchdowns that he scored last year. But,
Right.
You got Ray Davis as a backup. He looked pretty decent last year. It seemed like they wanted to use him a little bit. But I feel like James Cook is probably a safer pick. I would take him over guys like Breece personally. Yeah. I think he's going to have a pretty solid year. I had him last year, and man, there were some games where he scored 25 points in the first half, and then the Bills were done for the rest of the game, and he was done for the rest of the game. So playing some more competitive games, I still think James Cook's going to have a pretty good year.
Yeah. I mean, I do think he'll be solid. I mean, it's like when we talk about those wide receivers, like he don't really have that many wide receivers. Like somebody's got to be scoring the fantasy points around here.
Yeah.
James Cook's definitely going to be one benefiting from all from the production or whatever for the Bills. So yeah, I think he's safe. Like I'm with you. I'd take him over Brees. I mean, what's another name? Is there any other names that are kind of close?
You see, we were talking kind of like a tier. So you got like a Marion Hampton, kind of around that range. Chuba, Alvin Kamara, those guys, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I'd probably take man. I'd probably take Cook over all them guys. To be honest, you know.
He'd be. Would you
So
be comfortable with him being like, say, you're drafting in the back? Would you be comfortable going like Nico, Brian Thomas, and then James Cook being your one?
oh yeah, I feel like that'd be smooth. So I guess I'm comfortable with James Cook at ADP right now. So I'm not gonna fade him or anything like that. I feel like he'll be just fine, honestly.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't expect as many touchdowns, but like I
Yeah,
said, I still think he'll have a productive year even without. Even if he scores 10 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns, he'll still probably be an RB2 at the worst. Probably a high end RB2.
you think Keon Coleman has a top 24 type season? Is it in him?
I'm not a big believer in Keon Coleman. I don't hate him. Like I don't totally dislike him. It's just the fact that I feel like he's more gonna be a red zone. Like he has touchdown opportunity over there. But if there is any wide receiver that can take over and just be the best on the team, I'll give you a scenario. So you're talking Keon Coleman. He's going at wide receiver 52, and Khalil Shakir is about 10 receivers ahead of him. Where would you feel comfortable there? I mean, Khalil Shakir got paid. I think he got a 4-year extension.
Right.
Would you pay the lesser price for Coleman, or would you pay
Yeah.
up a little bit for Shakir? Shakir's at 48. My bad. So Keon at 52, Shakir at 48. Wide receiver 48.
Yeah, I think when you look at Shakir's game log, it's just like he was like pretty steady last year. Like you put him in your lineup, he gets you double digits. But I feel like the upside is just limited, and with an offense this explosive, I feel like that means that's his talent wise, and skill wise. Like he's just not gonna blow up. Like I feel like Keon Coleman in theory should be, his upside should be up there. You know what I'm saying? Year two, wide receiver, young. He's just kind of a contested ball kind of wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really mind taking the shot. Like I never really drafted him, but I took him in some mock drafts where I was like pairing him up with Josh Allen. So I could see it. I could see it working, but I don't know. He's got to do better than what he did last year. I mean, I didn't hate him coming out of college when we was in rookie drafts. I was saying because you could get him in the like 204, 205, and I was like, damn, Keon Coleman at the 204, like that's pretty solid right there. But in redraft, I don't know, man. I feel like he's like more of a risk for the upside, but if you want some steady consistency, that you go Shakir.
Yeah. Shakir's dealing with an injury right now, but I think they said he's going to be ready for the season. So we're going to move on to Kincaid, man, because that
Yeah,
was one of your favorite. That was one of your favorite tight ends. Are you still high on Kincaid?
I was calling my shot. I know we do like a hot takes episode, and I was calling my shot with Kincaid last year. I'm going to run it back. Like I remember when Kyle Pitts was having his sorry ass years. I was saying I'm not high on Kyle Pitts, but like I can see it. So I'm gonna give Kincaid another shot this year. I know he dealt with some injuries, but I'm not gonna sit here and bang on the door like Kincaid this, Kincaid that. But I will say this: I do think this could be the year he pops off. And sometimes it takes a couple years for these tight ends to develop, anyways. But if it goes bad this year, there's no way I'll treat Kincaid like he's Kyle Pitts and just act like he's ass. I mean, there ain't no way you can't be producing with Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there's not a lot of wide receivers on that team that are any good. So Brody, you better step up.
Do you feel like for a breakout, Kyle Pitts or Kincaid?
Kincaid. Kyle Pitts ain't doing shit.
Kincaid's going at tight end 13 right now, behind guys like Tucker Kraft, Tyler Warren, David Njoku. Would you take him over Jonnu? Oh, Jonnu, I still think he's going to fall. Evan Ingram, would you take him over all them guys?
I'd take him over all them guys except for Kraft, maybe. I think I'd rather have Tucker Kraft.
So you're drafting Kincaid in our draft.
Yeah, it does sound like it, don't it? If I can get him, if he's the tight end 13, I mean, fuck, why not? I mean, he has just as good as a shot as any of these tight ends to do anything. So,
yeah, him and Kraft are going like back to back, like 2 picks apart. So it seems like you're taking Kraft or either Kraft or Kincaid. Hey. I'm with you on Kincaid. Like, you do have to be patient with these guys. We've been patient with Pitts for 3 years. So, give Kincaid a little bit of space. Like, I watched the Bills a lot last year, and they missed on so many long balls. Like, they were just off so many times. So, and what tight end can you say plays for a top 5 offense that could be number 1 target on its team? Like, there's not many of them. So, I'd draft him, even though he sucked ass last year.
Yeah. So I guess the price is baked in and being sorry. You can get him at tight end 13. You might as well take a shot. You ready to slide over to the Patriots?
Yeah. I'm pretty. Yeah. Are you good with all the other receivers that we mentioned? Is there anybody else other than Shakir and Coleman? Like, you got Josh Palmer over there, Elijah Moore, Curtis Samuel.
I mean, Curtis Samuel, he'll be hurt. Elijah Moore, he just never really performs. And who was the other one? Josh Palmer's solid now. I'll give him that. Like, Josh Palmer's definitely had his moments. A little spot flex, if you need him.
For some reason, every team he plays for, it always seems like the receivers get hurt and he ends up being in like some kind of crazy wide receiver 1 role.
Right.
Like when he played with Keenan and Mike Williams.
Right.
It seemed like he was always out there.
Yeah. All right. Patriots. They catching a little bit of hype this year. The Patriots ain't been good in a while, but they got Drake May. And I told you that over the offseason, that Drake May hype was going somewhere because I seen, one of them little dynasty accounts loving some Drake May. Took him at the 101 and the startup draft. And I was thinking, man, ain't no fucking way I'll be taking Drake May at the 101. I do think he'll be good, though. I liked him coming out of college, so I think Drake May will be good. I think I'd be a little bit optimistic about the Patriots offense this year with Henderson, Drake May. They even brought in Stephon Diggs. But I just think if Drake May is going to be good, then the offense will be good. Drake May runs the ball a little bit, so he can get those hidden yardage, get your fantasy points up. So I'm kind of high on Drake May this year. As far as them winning 8.5 games, I really don't think they'll be that good, personally. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think he was reading off their schedule before the episode, and it didn't sound that bad. So,
second easiest in the NFL this year.
Right. But it's like, man, are the Patriots really going to just turn it around and start winning games like that? I guess they could. I mean, they got Mike Vrabel up in there. So it might be something I need to think about a little bit more. But Drake May to the moon, I think he'll be pretty good this year. Travion Henderson, I think he'll be pretty good this year. I was a little bit on and off. I didn't really know what to think about him. And he was like the main rookie I didn't know what to think about. But I've kind of warmed up to Travion Henderson. I know me and Noah Bubble Blower just took him in a startup. So I have no choice to be high on him. I got to be biased to the guys I pick. So I'm high on Travion. Nah, but I really do think he'll be pretty good. So what's your take on the Patriots?
Drake May going as QB 18. You're not going to find like a better second quarterback to draft. Like if you're going, really late in redraft, go ahead and get him as your second. He's gonna have, like you said, hidden rushing yards. I would like him a lot more if they had just one receiver that I was confident in. Like just one. Give me one. That's why I'm so high on Henderson. Like he's going late for what I think. RB24 going around guys like RJ Harvey, Pacheco, Aaron Jones. Me personally, I'd take him I'd take him above guys like Kenneth Walker. That's how high I am.
Yeah.
I would reach a round or two to get Henderson because I just think he's an extreme talent and the pass catching. I mean, 8.5. That's not bad. They're going to be in games, and his pass catching is just incredible. His pass blocking he's the best in the class. Protecting the quarterback back there. So I'm all in on Henderson. All the other guys, Drake May, Henderson, I'm checking out after that. Like Diggs, I don't want nothing to do with a 31, 32-year-old receiver coming off an ACL injury. I know that the target should be there, but I'm just gonna let somebody else draft him and deal with it. Like he might end. I was off of Diggs last year and he was fine until he got hurt. So
Right.
I might be wrong again, but I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Nah, I'm not really high on any of their pass catchers other than Henderson. I feel like it's Drake May, Henderson, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not really drafting no Stephon Diggs. I'm not sure I ain't got him in Dynasty. So, I mean,
Demario
who are even the
Douglas,
other guys we're going to – I'm saying Pop Douglas, Javon Baker, Polk.
Kyle
I
Williams,
mean,
third round pick.
he's definitely gotten a little bit of hype. I've seen some people say some good things about him, but
Does
I mean,
Jalen
it
Polk
really
make
just
the
has to.
roster?
What round did he go in? Didn't he get drafted in the third round or something like that? I mean,
Jalen Polk, I think Jalen Polk was like very early second, maybe late. I don't think he was late first. He went in the second though.
well, them guys ain't did nothing, and they sure didn't do nothing last year. So we'll just have to see how it goes with I mean, if anything, if you think about it logically, we should be kind of high on Diggs somewhat, but coming off of
I would
ACL injury, and I don't know.
I'd take a shot on Douglas, just like last round pick or something.
Right. You think they win 8.5 games though? You think they get over that? Can they win 9?
I actually think they can. Their defense should be better. They drafted an offensive lineman in the first round. That's where they suffered the most last year was offensive line. So, get the running game going. Mike Vrabel over there. The Titans were not a good team when Vrabel was over there, and they won.
Right.
They won games
That's true.
with Tannehill. So, I think the Patriots can do it. Easy schedule. Might be a couple really big steals in the draft. The way I look at it.
I might think about placing a little money on the over on that one. I'm gonna sit down, think about it, pray.
It ain't my favorite.
We'll see
It
how
ain't my favorite 8.5. It's not my favorite 8.5. Would you take the Bears at 8.5 or the Patriots at 8.5?
I'll take the Patriots at 8.5. I'm just being honest. I'm pretty much decided I'm putting the under on the Bears. Like I ain't gonna place put too much money before the season starts, but that's gonna be one I throw some money on for sure.
but I like that Vikings. I like that Vikings 8.5 more than all of them. Truthfully,
yeah. All right, man. Let's slide it over to one of my favorite teams, Miami Dolphins. Oh, go ahead, big guy.
Hunter Henry.
Oh, man, fuck Hunter. I'm just tired of it. It's hard for me to remember these tight ends.
Dude, tight ends. Every single time we do an episode, we just skip over all the tight ends.
Look, I would like to just dismiss Hunter Henry, but Hunter Henry definitely has his moments. So, it's like I said. I mean, if I'm not getting Trey McBride or George Kittle, I'm probably going to be streaming. So I could definitely see myself sliding Hunter Henry in, every now randomly. I'm saying a week or two. So I don't know. I ain't going to just count them out.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring them up so people wouldn't just be like, "Hey, I forgot to talk about Hunter Henry."
Man, Miami Dolphins 7.5 plus 750 to win the division. Look, man, I've been having some strong words to say about the Dolphins, really about the head coach, Mike McDaniels or whatever. I just think he's such a
you hate him.
I just think he's just such a panty waste. I would rather be called a pussy than be called a panty waste. I'm just being honest. Like,
God.
I mean, that dude right there, he just drives me off the wall. Little capri wearing, vaping on the sidelines. Like, dude, that's what I'm saying. The Dolphins need a culture change for sure. Like that. I know their win-loss is over 7.5. That dude's got to be on the hot seat. gotta be on the hot seat, man. There ain't no way.
He ain't had a quarterback.
I don't, man. I don't really care. I mean, hey, I mean, some of these coaches don't have quarterbacks all the time. They can grind out a win or two. But even when he's had two and stuff, they're not beating teams over 500. What was that one year they had a losing record? They didn't even win a game beating teams with records over 500.
You know what they are doing very consistently though? Winning games against teams under 500. They're pretty good. I mean, they're really good at that. Their records haven't been that bad, but they can't beat the good teams, especially in the cold, man. Hawaiian quarterback.
Yeah.
Miami team. Like you were Devon Achane from the SEC, Tyreek Hill. Man, I just Jalen Waddle from the SEC. They ain't ready for the cold.
To me, this is just a situation that it's just ready to blow. Like I saw a little clip of Mike McDaniel or whatever. He looked like he was maybe getting a little bit tired of some of Tyreek Hill's antics and stuff like that. Like this is the situation where Mike McDaniel's he's gonna be gone. This offense, to me, got exposed last year. And that's the reason why Achane and Jonnu Smith was having such a good year because they were dinking and dunking all over the place and they couldn't make no big plays like they had been doing in the past. I think Mike McDaniel got exposed. Like I used to say, I trust him to. He ain't gonna win no games or nothing. I don't trust him to win no games, but I can trust him to put a good offense out there. But let's just see. I mean, they just traded Jonnu Smith, so to me, I think that bodes well for Jalen Waddle if his ass can stay on the field and out of the blue tent. So I don't know, man. I just think real football wise, like I'm staying away from anything Dolphins win and loss. As far as fantasy goes, Achane, super high. I'd be super high on Achane for another year. And I think Jalen Waddle gets a bump up. But other than that,
you're not drafting Tyreek at ADP?
I'd take a shot if he, fell just a tad, like a couple spots. But I mean, I know he's going in the third round, but who's going around him? Like T. Higgins or?
Yeah, T. Higgins, Mike Evans, JSN, Marvin Harrison, Adams.
I mean, I don't know, man. Feels like I'd pick a lot of guys over Tyreek Hill. I mean, I'd take Devontae Adams over. Probably Mike Evans, too.
I'm a little scared. We'll talk about that in another episode. I'm a little scared of Stafford.
You know what? That is true. I do agree with that. So maybe Levi tackling Noah bubble blower because we was about to pick Stafford. Maybe that he saved our ass. But yeah, I mean, well, what you think about? What do you think about Tyreek Hill? I mean, just a year ago he was in that tier 1, going at like the 103 or whatnot. But what you think, Crap Man?
League winner.
I feel you. I can see it. Maybe.
I mean that. I just feel like it's like I'm not really high on him, but it's not Tyreek to me. It's Tua and Mike McDaniel's offense. Like if it gets back to where it was, then Tyreek could be, one of the best picks in the draft. But as far as just, consistency that you're going to get, I just don't know. I'm kind of with you on Waddle, where I actually like him at ADP more than any of the players. And Achane, I've been more wishy-washy on him than I have any other player because I pick in that back of the first round, like early second. That's where he's going. And I understand the upside, especially with the receptions that he gets. But, if it flips the other way and Tyreek and Waddle are good, then Achane's probably not quite as good. And then if the offense kind of sucks and Tua's healthy, then Achane's just going to catch a million balls again.
Yeah. I agree 100% with that. So to me, I think Achane's going to be pretty good because I think they got exposed and I don't think it's going to go back to normal. I'm just calling the Dolphins' downfall this year, man. I might go put some money on that under right there on that win-loss.
Would you take Achane ahead of guys like Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, I would. Josh Jacobs for sure. What's another name going over there?
Ashton Genty.
I'd probably take Genty. What's another name?
Bucky, Kyron, Chase Brown.
Man. I'm gonna be real. That's tough, man. I'd probably take all them guys. I know I'd take Kyron and Chase Brown over him.
JT. I know you ain't taking JT over him.
Nah, man. So I don't know. So you got a tough decision to make with A-Chan, and I do think he'll be pretty good. My thing is with A-Chan is I just call him my best ball running back. Like in best ball, I'm all over it, So,
Yeah. Well,
tough one.
So you're pretty much comfortable with Waddle where he's at right now. I think you're all in. Wide receiver 31.
Yeah, I mean, heck, that's the thing. I get so upset with Waddle every year, but it's like, look at his price now. It's just like,
exactly.
I mean, damn, you can't deny it. And I think this year is just going to be more closer to his rookie year type of game. Maybe less of the explosive plays, but I think you'll see him in that getting some of that PPR action this year.
So last 3 years, 58 receptions, 72 receptions, 75, and then that rookie year at 104.
Right.
You think them receptions are coming up closer to the 104 than in the 70s?
I think we're going to hit a 90. We're hitting a 90 this year, man. We're going to be close. It's going to be higher than 70.
Less explosive, though, right? Like,
yeah.
Yards per catch, not as high.
Right. And then you got to account for he'll hobble off the field at least once a game. So, got to put that in account. So, yeah. I mean, I like him, though. I mean, his price is perfect. So, I ain't going to complain about him.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that one. It's going to be a player that I could see that nobody wants.
Yeah.
Because they're just frustrated.
Well, you want to say something about Tua? Where's he going right now? Undrafted?
Nah, he ain't. Well, undrafted and redraft. QB 22.
Yeah.
I'm about to go trade for him in Dynasty.
Yeah, I mean, his price is low for real. So, yeah. Not a bad.
Try to trade Aaron Rodgers plus. Aaron Rodgers ain't got but a year left. Maybe Tua can piece together 2 or 3 years without, going down.
Who's the tight end now up there? Now that Johnny Smith's out,
Darren Waller.
Oh, man. How did I forget about that shit? Yeah, I'm staying away. It's funny because I know Darren Waller went to Miami just because he thinks he's about to get a lot of receptions, and I'm just thinking, dude, he's just ass, bro. He ain't finna get it. I mean, I would never draft him.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't even know these. I really don't. I don't know these players behind him. Julian Hill. I've heard of Pharaoh Brown before.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the tight ends on the depth chart behind Darren Waller. So Darren Waller, they're going to bring. I feel like they're about to bring somebody else in. There's no way they're counting on Darren Waller coming out of retirement, playing all season at tight end for them.
I agree, man. I just think the Dolphins are a shit show, and it's all about to come to sinking down this year. That's what I think. Anything else you want to say about the Dolphins before we slide over?
I would say the Dolphins probably have the biggest. That's the word I'm looking for. Right, the largest range of outcomes for players in your drafts. Like, could be absolutely incredible and could just fall off a cliff. But I feel like it sides a little bit more on that where their ADPs are. It's already baked in a little bit that people expect them to be terrible. So I don't mind. I'll draft any of them other than A-Chan's ADP's high. The rest of them it's baked in my opinion.
All right. New York Jets plus 1,700 to win losses at 5.5. And it is the Jets. And Jets are the Jets. And they're going to lose a lot of games. But I think the main story about the Jets is Justin Fields, even though he's bad at real football at times, he does do good in fake football and performs for you. And Garrett Wilson. I mean, that's what I think the main storyline is with the Jets is because for some reason, I've been saying in the offseason, for some reason, I just feel like Garrett Wilson's going to have a pretty good year this year. And
You're alone.
I was about to say I have nothing to back it up on. Nothing except for just a feeling deep in my loins. You know what I'm saying? I think Garrett Wilson might. I mean, Justin Fields.
How does it happen? Tell me how it happens. Justin Fields' Vegas line is like 2,600 passing yards.
Oh, man.
14 and a half passing touchdowns.
It's just all going to go to Garrett Wilson. It's just every single bit of it. I mean, how about this? Maybe Garrett Wilson doesn't have a great year, but maybe he has like that DJ Moore kind of year where he has a huge game.
It was so fluky. It was so
Yeah.
fluky.
So that's all I'm saying. I mean, maybe Garrett Wilson ain't gonna be as consistent as what is what people would like, but maybe he has a couple real big games, and that's pretty much all I can say about Garrett Wilson. I mean, there's no competition. I mean, who's he competing with? Wide receiver wise.
It is absolutely. I mean, do you feel more confident in JSN with Darnold or with Garrett Wilson with Fields? Because I feel like both their situations are similar. Like we expect both the teams to be kind of bad, and quarterback play is a concern. They just seem so similar to me. Who would you take?
I'm just going to be honest. I've been cold on JSN too, but it's like Sam Darnold's definitely a better thrower of the football than Justin Fields is. So
both of them are going to be like 25% target share or higher, though. Like they're going to, the targets are going to be there for both.
Shit, man. I don't know, man. I think I'm just kind of talking myself out of Garrett Wilson. I mean, I've been kind of feeling
already.
It, yeah, I mean, heck, let's just be honest. If he does have a DJ Moore kind of year, it's really not what you want. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be consistent. But, I mean, where's Garrett Wilson going in redraft right now?
Wide receiver 15, around Mark Harrison and T. Higgins.
Oh, man. I'd take both of them over Garrett Wilson.
The wide receiver two is Josh Reynolds. We're going to talk about Mason Taylor. He's hurt right now, which kind of sucks because, I think he was going to step into a pretty decent role. Ian once said on this podcast that Brock Bowers is somebody like Mason Taylor.
Yeah. All right. So I guess my final consensus on Garrett Wilson is I can see a DJ Moore kind of year with him. Justin Fields, though, what are we doing about Justin Fields? Because his ADP is pretty low. I'd snag him up, for a redraft type of year. So it's just one of
not
those
as low as you think. It's not as low as you would think it should be.
How low is it?
He's between Jordan Love and CJ Stroud.
Oh man, damn! Why are they doing this, man?
Russian man.
People draft. I mean, well, we'll just see how it goes with the Jets.
To go back to the season that he had with the Bears, he was a QB7 with not even 2,300 passing yards, 17 passing touchdowns. Finished at QB7. Had over 1,000 rushing yards and 8 rushing touchdowns. This team is going to be – they were dead last in the NFL in rushing percentage last year. They bring Aaron Glenn over, defensive mind. But defensive head coaches, I feel like, want to run the football because they're thinking about their defense. They want to keep the offense on the field. And, you got Brees back there, Braylon Allen, Justin Fields, rushing quarterback. I really don't think that the Jets are going to be – I'd take the over on 5.5. Their defense is still good. I'm not high on the Jets, but I could see how they win games playing a different kind of football than they played the last couple of years. They're going to – I feel like they're going to stay in games.
And Justin Fields, when he was with Pittsburgh, I mean, I know it's Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin, but the style that the Jets are probably going to try – Justin Fields was winning football games, playing that style of football. So I'm with you. I can see him winning 6 games. But how do we feel about Breece Hall, though? I mean, we said he's going in the 3rd round, so he's going around all them guys. Like, who did we say? Bucky. He's going around. Nah, Bucky's going in the 2nd. Who's Breece Hall going around?
James Cook, Kamara,
that's right.
Hampton, Kenneth Walker. I'm not drafting Breece Hall.
Yeah, I'm not really neither.
You don't like him? You don't like him this year either?
Nah. I mean, honestly, if you think that the Jets
could he be a league winner? Could he be that good?
I think he could be. Heck, he's still talented as fuck. And we just said the Jets are going to maybe try to run the ball and stuff a lot more. So he might not get a lot of passing work, though. And I think that would kill him because Justin Fields is going to run. So it's like that's another ding on Breece Hall, too. Maybe less passing work. So you would have to hope he's getting a lot of carries and then making the best of those carries.
He's going RB 13 this year. He finished last year at RB 17, 800 rushing yard, 876 rushing yards, 4 yards per carry, 4.1, only 8 total touchdowns. So I feel like RB 13 is probably a little too high for me.
Yeah, I think I agree. And you got to count for Braylon Allen too, a little bit.
You would have thought Rodgers would have been dumping it down more last year. I feel like he was in a decent situation to have a good year last year. There's really not that big of an excuse for him to not finish higher last year. This year just looks worse.
Well, the Jets are just the fucking Jets. That's all I can say. I mean, it's just a shitty situation. Did you want to add something about Mason Taylor today?
Yeah. I think he's a good late round stab at tight end. Probably stream, late one of your last picks in the draft. Just the targets that he could see. I don't think he's an extreme talent or nothing like that, but I mean, Garrett Wilson's it over there. Josh Reynolds is their second receiver, and Allen Lazard. So,
yeah. Well, go ahead and dish it out for me. Who wins? What order? AFC East.
I would like to say it's what you have on the screen right there, but I'm saying the Bills, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins.
Agreed. I was about to say the same thing. I'm sitting here calling the demise of the Dolphins, so of course I'm picking them dead last. So Bills, Patriots, Miami, Jets. Any chance? Patriots.
So you pick the Dolphins over the Jets still?
Nah. I fucked that up. I was reading the damn screen. Jets over the Dolphins. Dolphins are dead last. Mike McDaniel's gone. The whole shebang. Dolphins are trash. But any chance? Patriots could they win the division?
Not a chance.
All right.
This division is a wrap.
I agree. And Buffalo, I'm kind of pulling for them to win it all. I'm just being honest. I like Buffalo, so I wouldn't mind if they won the championship. All right. Well, fuck it, Kraft Man. NFC East. Everybody loves to talk about the NFC East.
The media's favorite division. You would say the SEC of ESPN and the NFL.
Yes, I would, because there was so many years where everybody would say the NFC East was the best division. And I would be like, how? I don't know how you could say it in a lot of years. But they're solid this year. I'll give them credit. Philly just won the Super Bowl. Washington had a breakout year last year, come out of nowhere with a rookie quarterback. Dallas is going to do Dallas things, but they'll be solid.
What's Dallas things? I just want to know what Dallas things are.
I don't know. I just feel like they always get in their own way and they're always doing something dumb. And every time I do think they get a lot of hate. And I think Jerry Jones gets a lot of hate that's undeserved. I think sometimes he makes some buttoned up decisions, and especially as of late. But
like trash talking his best players, saying that they don't play and they're injured.
Well, hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, quit being soft. Get your ass on the field, bro. I support Jerry Jones 100%, baby. Let's go, man.
And guess what he's going to do? He's going to end up paying top dollar for every single player that he has because he trash talks them for 2 years and then he pays them at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely made some bad decisions contract-wise, but I think in the draft-wise lately, he's done okay at times. I think Jerry Jones is just going to get hate, and he's probably not going to see him win a Super Bowl because he's going to croak before that does happen. But first up, though, Philly, minus 140, win-loss at 11.5. Look, man, Philly's going to be good again this year because everything I see and read about Philly is it doesn't feel like they're celebrating as much. It feels like they're just dialed in, ready to go back to back. That's what it feels like to me with the Eagles. So, um, Jalen Hurts going to be the same thing. They didn't ban the tush push, so as far as I can tell, he's going to be good as fuck. And then I think your pass catchers are just going to be. They're going to be good, but they're going to be not as consistent. You know what I'm saying? So Saquon, Hurts, that's what this team is. And then you got your receivers, like you got Devontae Smith. Yeah, I like Devontae Smith as much as anybody, but he's going to have some bad games. He's going to have some good games. And same thing with A.J. Brown. How do you feel about the Eagles?
I feel like they're going to win the exact way they won last year. And really, my main question is with Saquon, why would anybody even take another player at the 101?
I mean, I guess just the upside, like I can see Bijan.
Is 2,000 rushing yards not enough for people? They just want more. Is that just not enough?
2,000, and it could have been more, So
yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like, are we overthinking things drafting Bijan? I might concede Jamar Chase depending on how you want to build your team in the draft, but like this Bijan thing, I mean, you got the Falcons and then you got the Eagles, Super Bowl winning Eagles. Yeah. Probably the most talented running back in the NFL with the best offensive line on the best team in the NFL. Why are we doing this? It's got to be just they think too much work last year. He's going to get hurt.
It's crazy that you say that because he did get a lot of carries, but it's like he really could have had more work. Like he didn't go for that record or anything. Like to me, I know he got a lot of work, but it's like
he got a lot of work in the postseason too, though.
Right. It's just one of those things where it feels like they didn't really use him up like they could have. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's like he got a lot of work. He's about to get a lot of work again this year. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm drafting at the 103 in Average Joe's, and I know Saquon's followed to me, so I'm just laughing to the bank because I ain't even going to have to make that decision. He's just going to come to me. So, yeah. I'm with you. Honestly, I agree. Like, I like Bijan, and I can see you taking him 101, but you're right. Philadelphia's going to be running, and that's just what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to run and they're going to win. So, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I take them. I mean, there's just that tier one with Bijan, Chase, and Saquon. So, take whichever one you want. I know I'm about to get.
Jalen Hurts, Matt. Jalen Hurts. He rushes for a lot of touchdowns. There's not enough for Saquon to go around.
I'd say so fucking what, man? I mean, he's going to score touchdowns. I get it. But it's like Saquon was definitely getting his carries too. Like,
13 rushing touchdowns.
Right. And he still has the explosive ability. Like, he can break them off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't going to be just like, I don't know, man. Saquon's just good as fuck. Like, that's all I can really say. Like, obviously, I'd take him tier one. Jalen Hurts is going what? As top 3 quarterback? Is he going behind? Is he ahead of Jaden Daniels?
Nah, he's 4. Going ADP 39.
I feel like
back of the third.
Well, heck, I mean, I feel like in real football wise, like people like to hate on Jalen Hurts because I be seeing a lot of people say, like, what's one debate going on? Cam Newton was way better than Jalen Hurts, and maybe that's true. I don't know, but Jalen Hurts, like, he's just a fucking winner, bro. Like, this is what he does. Like, it may not look the best, but I mean, he's still throwing some bombs. Like, he's hitting these guys. Like, he's obviously not sitting back in the pocket, completing 40 passes a game, but he just wins the way he's going to win. So,
and what he does, and what he does is sustainable. I mean, last year, 18 passing touchdowns. That's it. 23, 22, 16. Like, he stays around that 20 mark, but he still finishes like in the top. He finished 8 last year, but he's been in the top 3 twice. So he doesn't even have to put up these gaudy numbers. But the rushing touchdowns, he's going to keep getting them. They're going to get on the 1 yard line and he's going to do the sneak. It's been like that for 4 years straight now. So ain't nothing going to change in that aspect. But I had him last year and it was just like, I didn't really like to watch the games, but at the end of the day, he had 25 points.
Right.
It was just like, I don't know how he got it, but he somehow got 25 points. But I need a therapy session for AJ Brown because he's starting to grow into a player that I love to hate for no reason. How do you feel about AJ Brown at this point? Is it why don't I want to draft AJ Brown nowhere?
Hey, I think because where's his ADP? Yeah, I know it's in the back of the second, middle second.
Yeah, 18, so middle of the second, going behind Drake London. Feel like he's kind of in a tier of his own.
Right.
You got BTJ, Drake London, then you got Brown, and then after that, you're talking JSM, McConkey, Tyreek.
Right. His ADP is perfect. That's why I had to make sure to check with you. I would definitely take those guys you just said, BTJ and Drake London, over him. But his ADP is perfect. Like I would take him over McConkey and JSN for sure. Like that's not even debatable.
What about Mike Evans? A little later, Mike Evans.
I think Mike Evans is gonna. I just think they're kind of similar in some ways. Like Mike Evans is gonna. He's not gonna like PPR you to death. He's just gonna make a lot of big plays and score a lot of touchdowns. I feel like that's just how it's gonna be with AJ Brown. So
he went from 158 targets to 97 last year. He did miss. He played 4 less games also though. So only 67 receptions. Like I said, missed 4 games. You could probably add 20 more to that. If he played a full season. So you're talking somewhere 80, 90 receptions. Yeah. I probably shouldn't be down on him. I mean, if he gets 80, 90 receptions, you know he's going to put up over 1,000 yards, maybe 1,200 yards, and he's still going to score close to 6, 7 touchdowns. So probably going to be a very solid year again.
Yeah, I think his ADP is perfect. What about Devontae Smith?
Just boring, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what I feel like he's one of the better receivers, like in the league almost, but especially the best wide receiver too. Like he's up there with T. Higgins and guys like that. And I would say Jalen Waddle. That was years ago. But Devontae Smith's an extreme talent, but he's just a safe pick in your draft. You're probably going to get the same thing he does every year. And he's going to be like wide receiver 20. And you'll probably be happy you picked him. You won't be too mad about it. But he's going wide receiver 24. Right there with Zay Flowers, like we always say. They're the same player. Cortland Sutton going in like the 5th round right now.
Feels like Sutton's got a little more upside than Devontae Smith right now. But, yeah, I mean, Devontae Smith is upside his cap. I mean, he did just score 2 touchdowns at the Super Bowl, stuff like that. So it's like he's going to have his games. He's going to have his moments. He's also going to have some bad games for you. So that's just how it's going to be with the Eagles pass catchers. Like you want their running game and then you want their passing game in spots. You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully you got something other than depending on AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Their schedule is pretty hard this year. So hopefully they're playing in a lot of games where they're competitive and they're going to have to keep throwing the ball a little bit more instead of just running it out at the end of the game.
Dallas Goedert. Yeah, there we go. We wasn't gonna forget.
Nah, I'm out. I'm out on Dallas Goedert. I don't want him. I'll take Mason Taylor, the guy we talked about. Nah, I'll pass on Goddard. Will Shipley, any chance? John Dotson for your DFS every now and again?
Maybe. I don't know. I ain't really high on him. I don't think Will Shipley's even that good. So,
Clemson fan.
It is what it is. I stay objective about my Clemson guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I can sit here and say Shipley this and Shipley that, but he was overrated in college, so I don't even think he's that good. And Saquon's going to be getting all that shit anyway. I mean, didn't Will Shipley do something good or something last year, like in the playoffs or something? Or
maybe
I don't know.
They did get rid of your guy Gainwell. I know you had him on your dynasty team for years.
Yeah, couldn't get rid of him. Oh man! All right. Sliding over Commanders at plus 220, win-loss over at 9.5. Basically, the question is there a sophomore slump? What the hell's going on with Terry McLaurin? And is Debo going to do anything? That's like the questions for Washington. I mean, what do you think about Jaden Daniels? Sophomore slump? I think fantasy football-wise, I'm going to say no. I think he'll be pretty good. He still runs the football, and hopefully Scary Terry will still be there. Real football though, I think they're gonna kind of come down to earth a little bit this year.
I'm
Lose a little
actually,
more games.
yeah,
So
I'm on the same page as you. I think defense is going to figure them out a little bit, but fantasy wise, Jaden Daniels going to be just fine. And like you said, Terry McLaurin, if he gets an extension, which he's got to. I mean, the Commanders got to pay him, but if he's talking like CD money, they're not getting CD money.
can't
The
do it,
DK
man.
the DK Metcalf contract really fucked the Commanders on this because
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin is worth the DK Metcalf money, so that's probably where he's coming from. So I totally get it, but you got to pay him, man. He's been with your crappy organization. He's been through 3 name changes. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus, pay the guy. He's suffered enough. He finally got a quarterback there, and he, scored 13 touchdowns last year. Just pay him and get on with it. He's a good player. You're not going to be good without him. I mean, they'll throw their
Yeah.
Super Bowl aspirations out the window if they are rolling with Debo Samuel and whatever their other receiver, Luke McCaffrey and whatnot. So pay the man. Let's go.
Hey, I say have the balls and trade his fucking ass. Go ahead and trade that man. Grow some testes up there in Washington if he's really asking for that money like that. Because I'm gonna be real, you know me. I've said it on this show like a bunch. I would not want to be paying these receivers and running backs like that. Like, look at the Ravens.
What do you got to
Look
do?
at the Bills. Look at the Bills. Look at the Ravens. Look at Kansas City. Dang, man, they just throwing out random guys out there. Look at what Tom Brady and them did for all them years. Man, you don't need these big. You don't need to pay Terry McLaurin no CD money.
Maybe not CD money, but Metcalf money.
I mean, look who are the top wide receivers in the game? Jamar Chase, his team ain't doing shit. Justin Jefferson, his team's losing. CD, his team ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like them guys ain't doing shit. But then you got the Bills and the Ravens and all them, doing their thing with Rashad Bateman and shit. So
it's a good point, but I feel like Jaden's gonna have to prove it more than 1 year to get to that level of confidence from the coaching staff to just be like, okay, we can build elsewhere, let Jaden carry this team. Like maybe next year if he performs like he did last year, maybe they can go that route, but he ain't there yet. I mean,
yeah. Well, another thing is, I say one reason you got to pay him is I think I've said it a few times. I think Debo's just straight up washed, straight up trash. I don't think Debo's going to do anything for you this year. So you got to have Scary Terry as far as this season. You have to. But what about running back room wise? I know Brian Robinson's always cheap. Austin Eckler's going to be cheap, probably undrafted. But Brian Robinson's going down. He's like the cheapest starting running back in the game. So I know me and you are in on that one.
Yeah, for a good offense. Running back 30. Going behind. Why is Caleb Johnson at 29? Even at RB30, I look at the list right here and I'm like, he's probably where he belongs because he's going ahead of guys like Tyrone Tracy and Jalen Warren, Travis Etienne. But going behind guys like Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, Swift, Austin Eckler's going to get a lot of playing time. And he's going to catch a lot of passes just like he did last year. What you're hoping for with Brian Robinson is just that he just falls in the end zone a whole bunch of times, kind of like he loves to do.
Yeah.
He's like a knockoff David Montgomery.
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, hey, they're going to both do their thing. Austin Eckler's going to catch the ball. I mean, Austin Eckler had some good games last year until he got hurt, I think. So, what about who we missing? Was Zach Ertz, Benson not that tight end room? I mean, what you think about it?
Zach Ertz just going to be a streaming tight end like he was last year. He should have a decent amount of targets coming his way, especially if you think Debo's washed. I mean, Zach Ertz is definitely washed if Debo's washed. But,
oh, yeah.
Zach Ertz is just one of them guys. Like he's just gonna catch a whole bunch of passes and do nothing with them. Like he's not. He probably will have 0 broken tackles this year.
It is funny.
But
I feel like Washington's just like less exciting this year for me. I'm just not excited about them, you know.
you weren't excited about him last year coming in. I'm sure either.
Oh yeah, I mean that's true.
It's a big step up.
But I mean, like they were scoring a lot of points in the playoffs and shit like that. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't see that for them this next coming up year. But maybe I'm all wrong. Anything you want to add about the Commanders before we move on?
Nah, I'm good.
Dallas Cowboys. You know, poor man Pete Miller texted me 2 nights ago and said, if you don't mind, will you throw some money for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl? And
Really?
the odds were like at 50-1 or something like that. I was like, I'll do it for real if you want me to. Look, last year when we talked about the Cowboys, I said the Dallas Cowboys could literally lead the league in pass attempts. And Dak Prescott got hurt, so I'm running it back. I think this year the Cowboys, for real, could lead the league in pass attempts this year. And they brought in George Pickens to help with that. But the running back room, you know, is nothing. I mean, Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, so they'll try to run the ball somewhat. But I think they're going to sling the rock. I think Dak Prescott's going to lead the league in pass attempts for real. And CD and George Pickens will probably have a fine year. Jake Ferg just got him a contract. He'll probably be fine. So I think fantasy football-wise, this is probably like a pretty good situation for all these guys. Dak, CD, Pickens.
Steal.
Yeah, for sure.
I was asking Noah today, like I was like Dak or this guy, and I had to go all the way up to like Dak's going as QB 12. I mean, I had to go all the way up to Kyler, Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield at QB 7. So I think he belongs up there with Baker and Kyler. He's probably a target. I think he might be a target in a lot of your redraft drafts. So like, I think you're going to have to go get him. I don't think you're getting him at ADP in your home leagues. If anybody is thinking on the same wavelength we are about this passing offense and what it's going to be like. So you can see Dak having just a huge year, and Dak's always good. He's always good when he plays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, five top 12 finishes, top 10 finishes.
You know. I think I had heard a stat or something that he has not. Let's see. I want to say within the last 4 or 5 years, he's only played like 1 full season, something like that.
Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah,
got to stay healthy for Dak Prescott. So, but yeah, I mean, Cowboys to the moon as far as that goes. I mean, what do you think about? I guess we know how we feel about CeeDee Lamb. I feel like CeeDee Lamb's a beast. He was like the wide receiver 7 or 8 for a while with Cooper Rush, so I feel like we're good with him. But how do we feel about George Pickens this year?
I like George Pickens this year.
Yeah.
I actually like him a lot. Going around guys like the perfect comp to me is Jameson Williams. I feel like they're probably going to do around the same thing. But is there any way that George Pickens makes it worse for CeeDee Lamb? Like George Pickens should get over 100 targets this year, or close to it, especially if you think they're going to throw him the ball that much. Does he take anything away from CD, the big plays? You concerned at all?
I'm just gonna be real zero concerned. If anything, I think it's probably better for CD at this point. I mean, he was out there with nobody, and now I think maybe he'll have a little bit less attention from him, or attention on him, and maybe he'll, I mean, is Pickens really gonna get 100 targets? Like, I don't know about that. Like, I just think Pickens is gonna be a solid number 2 guy, the best number 2 guy they've had in a while. But I mean, in the end, though, Pickens, I think he'll be good, and I think he'll be solid, but he ain't all that. Let's just be honest. I mean, he wasn't shit in Pittsburgh. I think he did have like a wide receiver 14 year, but whenever it was his time to step up, he couldn't do it. So that's why
with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, you step up with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
I mean, that dude had no competition, man. He just couldn't do anything with it. I mean, I felt
like he did just fine with the situation he was dealt. Touchdowns, only 3 touchdowns last year. He could Man, he's going to score way more than 3 touchdowns this year.
His value has dipped significantly since this time last year, for sure. That's why he's like attainable. You can go get him. I think he'll be fine, but he ain't taking nothing from TD.
Pickens or Tet McMillan?
Man, what? Tet McMillan with ease.
I don't know.
I think you're just a lot lower on Tet McMillan than I don't know. Right.
Well, that. George Pickens or Devontae Smith and Zay Flowers?
I think
they're higher than they're about a whole round ahead of George Pickens.
I feel like that's a tough debate right there. I mean, I might would go Pickens just because at least you know what Smith and Flowers are going to do. You know what I'm saying? So the chance that Pickens could be better than that, I would probably roll with Pickens.
Let me put up some numbers for you right quick. You think he can have 68 receptions for 800 yards and 8 touchdowns? That's what Devontae Smith did last year.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like he could probably do that.
Yeah. Devontae Smith was the year before wide receiver 19 with 81 for a little bit over 1,000 and 7 touchdowns. I think those numbers seem pretty reasonable for Pickens.
Yeah. I mean, he'll definitely have a solid year. What
about wide receiver 20-ish?
I mean, is Dak Prescott? Yeah, I'll say because I think that was, like I said, I think Dak Prescott and them going to sling the rock. So I'll say this. I think if he could support these 2 wide receivers in the top 24, then somebody who I've liked in the past, like Jake Ferg, like his production is going to come down. So that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. I got funny. Last year, I was saying, hot take, Jake Ferguson has the most touchdowns at the tight end position. This was with Dak last year. Right. Dak wasn't there, obviously. Jake Ferguson had 0 receiving touchdowns last year. Not a single one. So, but touchdown, positive regression coming. I mean, you think you can get one?
I fucking hope so. I mean, I say no doubt. They'll bounce back. Jake Ferg will get his at some point, and but you know, I don't think it would be like. I mean, didn't he have a good year 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, tight end 9, 761 yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, see, I don't know. That feels like those numbers ain't happening again. But he'll just be a streaming quarterback. I mean, not quarterback, streaming tight end. I definitely don't want to stream him at quarterback. But, tight end, slide him in every now and then, ain't nothing to complain about.
Yeah, so you're not really drafting Ferguson. He's going tight end 15 this year. So
I mean,
he's getting drafted.
Right. In the past, I'd be all over it, but it just feels like Pickens is going to cut into his production. So I don't know. Yeah. I'd rather, take somebody else.
He did sign an extension.
That's true. So if we got him on a dynasty team, it's not a bad thing for him to have some years on that contract.
8.5 under.
Man, I'm gonna be real. That line is tough, man. I might say over. I can see him winning 9 games. What you think about that backfield though? Javonte, Miles Sanders. What you think about them guys?
I don't have any words to express how I feel. Jaden Blue back there too, the rookie. Oh man, Javonte is worth a stab, I guess. Just like Rico Dowdle was worth a pick last year, and it ended up working out. Is Javonte better than Rico Dowdle? I mean, maybe,
probably.
So Rico rushed for over 1,000 yards last year and didn't even play all season. So you could see Javonte being a decent pick. We got 2 backfields that are weird: Javonte or Dobbins in the draft.
I feel like that's Dobbins pretty easy. I feel like Dobbins just looked better than Javonte.
What about the Jags guys like Tank Bigsby?
Man, I take all of them over Javonte. I'm just being honest. I mean, hey, for all we know, Miles Sanders is going to be doing that thing.
Man, come on. Watch him come out there in the first series you're watching on TV. Because it is the first game of the year, the Cowboys and Eagles. You're going to be sitting there. You drafted Javonte, and then Miles Sanders comes out for the first drive.
Oh, man.
You're going to be sick.
Hopefully they – well, I mean, are they even being drafted? Where's Javonte even being drafted?
He was around that range.
That's got to be down there.
He was around that range, like I said, around Dobbins and whatnot. Let's see. Where is his ass? He's going ahead. He's going around Najee, Cam Scatterboo, Ramondre. I don't know what Ramondre is doing up there. Jordan Mason.
Oh, man. I don't know. That's tough.
I'd take the shot on it. I really would. I think it's worth it. You're not going to – the upside is a lot higher than the downside when you're drafting them in the 10th round. You might as well.
Yep, I'm with you.
What happened to him, man? He used to be so good.
Got hurt, man. It just couldn't – hey, maybe he was just recovering. Or I don't even know, man. He's just done, bro. It's just over with for him.
We thought the same thing about Dobbins.
Yeah, I mean, but at least Dobbins looked solid last year. I mean, that's the only reason why I would say, I know the Chargers had different plans, but I mean, I feel like Dobbins looked pretty good. I will say this. It wasn't like a lot of teams were like jumping to go get Dobbins. So he just kind of fell to the Broncos. So I don't know. I just think he looked all right last year. So it makes me feel a little more confident.
Sleeper, Javonte Williams.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, man. The last team of the night, the New York Giants, had plus 2,400, win-loss 5.5. Listen, man, I've had a few strong things to say about the Giants, and I think you was agreeing with me on one thing: is Malik Neighbors.
It's going too high.
Going way too high. I agree 100%. I mean, last I checked, he was going in the back of the first. I mean, has that changed any?
That's the same.
Way too fucking high for me because it's like I said, like I look at Malik Neighbors' game log and I get it that he was with Drew Lock and all these guys last year, but it's like he had some great games, but he had some real big games. But he also still did have some duds out there. And I just think as far as first round goes, there's a lot better picks that you could do than have Malik Neighbors. And the only thing that you're really hoping for is Jameis Winston coming in. Because if he does, then Malik Neighbors to the moon, bro. Like,
no shit. I would have him like up there with Jamar Chase if Jameis.
Man, what?
He made Jerry Jeudy a top 12 wide receiver.
Right. So
that's what you're hoping.
I just don't really have too much faith in the Giants, and they got Jackson Dart in there, but they're gonna be running Russell Wilson and stuff like that. And to me, I don't think Russell Wilson is I just don't think he's that good anymore. So
I think he's terrible, and that's where my take is on that. Like everybody keeps saying, Malik Neighbors did this with Daniel Jones and stuff last year, and the quarterback play is better. I'm like, I don't think Russell Wilson is that much better than Daniel Jones.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. And Daniel Jones plays different than Russell Wilson. Daniel Jones is fine dinking and dunking. Russell Wilson be throwing in moon balls,
Right.
And that's not really Malik Neighbors. He can do that for sure. I think he's still like he's up there with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase talent-wise.
Yeah.
I think he is. But there's, we dealt with this with Garrett Wilson before. I'm not doing it again.
Man. Tough. All right. Well, what? But I think another thing is he don't really have that much competition like Jalen Hyatt.
Darius Slayton.
There's just a lot of hype with Malik Neighbors, and I think his ADP is just pushed up a little bit too high for my liking.
I don't think he'll bust. I think he's going to have enough targets to bust. I wouldn't say he's going to like fall off the face of the planet or nothing, but late first round pick for a wide receiver who's playing on one of the worst teams in NFL, I can't get with it. you know,
Yeah.
we've just seen it. We've seen it play out. And DJ Moore with the Panthers for years, players like that, really talented, but you were going to be coming in next year saying, "Can we please get a quarterback from Elite Neighbors?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, hopefully Jackson Dart maybe could be that guy. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and hate on the guy. He was still a first round quarterback, just drafted. So what about the backfield? Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scatterboo. What you think about him?
I hate this team.
Yeah, they just trash.
I'll take Scatterboo. I'll take him in a draft where he's going. Wouldn't reach for him, but right around there where we said Javonte is and stuff like that, I feel like he's better than Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that he's better than Tyrone Tracy. He is dealing with a little injury in training camp that always affects rookies coming in. They still got Singletary listed ahead of Scatterbo on the depth chart, but I feel like teams do that with rookies. They always put them at the bottom. Didn't the Cardinals have like Marvin Harrison, like not even as their one last year? So it was something weird. Like their fifth receiver. Teams do this, but Scatterbo is better than Tyrone Tracy, and I feel like he's going to get a lot of run. It's just going to be we don't like drafting running backs from teams that are going to be losing all the time unless they're premier pass catchers like Alvin Kamara or somebody. So I don't think either one of these receivers really fit that mold. I mean, Tracy can catch, but I'm not seeing it, man.
I'm just staying away from the Giants fantasy football wise. I mean, I'll take a stab at Scatterboo, like depending on where he's at, or heck, he's hurt right now, so we'll just have to see. But I don't know. I just don't like nothing about him. I just won't be drafting him. You know what I mean, Kraft man?
Yeah. You'll probably end up with 3 of them on your team, 3 Giants.
Oh, God, I hope not. Anything else you want to add about the Giants?
They have a better chance of winning the division than the Browns do, I see, at plus 2,400.
Yeah. I mean, not the low. Hey, I thought it was. I think it's funny. The Jets they're plus 1,700. Giants are at plus 2,400. So I don't know really how I feel about that. I mean, the Giants got to be super ass.
Are you gonna? They have the hardest schedule in the NFL this year too.
Yeah.
So
I'm just staying away.
Man. That may be the reason that Jameis gets in the game, though. I could say that because they're not going to win. They're not going to win a whole lot of games starting off. They got Washington, then Dallas, then Kansas City, then the Chargers. Then they got a little game with the Saints, and then they got Philly and Denver after that, and then Philly again.
Whew.
I mean, Russell Wilson. Yeah, Russell Wilson probably won't be starting all season.
Shout out to my guy DT. His team gonna be so ass this year. You gonna be trash.
They really did them wrong with that schedule. That is awful. I'd take the under on 5.5 looking at this schedule. I don't see but 2 wins on here. They play the Saints, they play Chicago, they play New England, and Vegas. Those aren't really bad teams either. I mean, New England and Vegas.
Gonna really have to examine some of these over and unders because I'm with you. 5.5. I don't know if they get it. Their defense is all right, so we'll see how it goes. But hey, go ahead. What's the division look like this year?
Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants.
Yep, I'm with you. We're 2 for 2 tonight.
How do we keep doing this?
Well, I'd be thinking that I'm gonna switch it up and be a little different, but then you're different with me, so it's like because I personally I just think Washington's gonna take a step back this year, real football wise, and the Cowboys are gonna be a little more healthy.
Washington's not really that talented if you look at their roster, it's not really that good. Yeah. But they sure as hell were good last year. They beat the shit out of the Lions in the playoffs.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They seemed like they were super exciting last year. To me, it just doesn't feel the same way this year. I just feel like they're going to take a step back real football-wise. But, hey, you never know. Could be wrong.
They need another name change. You'll get excited. It's just you see Commanders on there, it just doesn't feel right.
Bring back the Redskins, baby. Bring it back, man. Sick of this shit. Honestly, they should have just stayed the Washington football team. I really didn't mind that. I'm just being honest. But all right, crap, man. Listen, tonight was our AFC, NFC East division breakdowns. We went through 8 teams, gambling odds, fantasy implications, real football, fake football, redraft, dynasty, the whole shebang. Crap, man, is there anything you want to say to the good people out there listening to the show?
We just appreciate everybody for listening to us, and stick with us through the rest of the off season and through the season, especially during that season. Got some start sit stuff, some gambling stuff.
Hell yeah.
A lot of money gonna be won this year, Matt. A lot of money.
Yes, sir, man. We got to stay in the green. And and I feel like we're pretty objective with our gambling too. So it's like, weeks 1 through 10 was probably like some of the hottest betting I've done last season. So hopefully we can get on track with that. Stay on with it. But yeah, man, everybody, thank y'all for listening to the show. Me and Crabman gonna be dishing it out again whenever we can. So, but everybody, thank y'all. Share the show, like it, subscribe. Crabman, anything else?
Nah, I think we're good, man.
All right, then we out.
Peace.